Hey everybody, this is Courtni StarHeart, soul doctor and your host for Finding the Force podcast. I will be talking today about our listing on the Psychedelist. We are going to be listing two different formulas of microdosing that we've been working with for years and we know, like, and trust. There are two different approaches to microdosing. One is what they call the Stamets Stack, which is where you do 4 on, 3 off. The next one has been developed by James Fadiman and Jordan Gruber. Fadiman is supposed to be the king of microdosing, or the modern grandfather of microdosing, and has been working with this for a long time. If you're interested in the book, it's amazing, and we're going to have Gruber on our podcast every week so that you're able to actually ask him questions, talk with me, and get a little bit deeper into all of this. But for now, I'm going to talk about these two things that we have available, the reason why, and how you can also train if you want to bring this into your clinic or into your practice. I've been doing this for 20 years. I am an author of 3 books, a traditionally trained medicine person in a Pueblo lineage, and a guide for all kinds of fun stuff. We can get deeper into this on the podcast, all of these wonderful books. This is probably the most relevant to you guys, as well as our digital toolkit. So we do offer a whole package of things that you're able to use at home, you're able to use with clients. And the reason why is that when you do it right, microdosing, I've seen it heal almost anything. Now, you could say it's the placebo effect, but I'm not sure that it is. And that's one of the things that they talk about in this book on microdosing. So we're going to be having Jordan Gruber on our podcast every week so that you guys can meet him and talk to him. It's pretty exciting. He's also an amazing human being. And we're going to be working with Lou Dorian from the Psychedelist in order to get the kind of cutting edge information on what's going out there in the psychedelic world. I know, for example, in New Mexico, where I trained for 20 years, the mushrooms were just legalized, and that is a huge thing because now our church facility there, that's very clean and very beautiful and very sacred, can send out microdosing to people all over the country from a legal place. This is another picture. So the first one I showed you is what we call the Stamets Stack. You get, in this package, 16 per month of just plain old albino penis envy, 0.1 and 0.1 lion's mane. All right, so lion's mane is great for brain, and the ape is great for neuroplasticity. In this book, again, they say that we're supposed to use a little bit less and less frequently, like in the sense that once you get the pot spinning with the neural plasticity and the neurogeneration, that you can allow the pot to spin for a few days, so to speak. So let's say that every time you're taking one of these, you're starting to spin the pot with the process of producing new neural networks. There's a day, which is yellow, and there's a night, which is green. There's a bonus one in here, which is 0.238, which is great to take twice a month, a little bit stronger dose, but not so to where you're going to have trouble managing it on your own. You may want to go for a walk with a friend. You may want to have someone on speed dial, and we can talk about that when we do your intake, because I'm going to be doing an intake with each one of you, and we're going to be doing this a lot like a medical practice. Okay, so Western medicine isn't my favorite as a traditional native practitioner, but the thing is there are lots of things that are good, lots of things that are familiar, and lots of things that'll make it easier for you to be successful. So we've got this in a little blister pack for you so that you more or less know when to take these. You don't have to take them in the exact sequence that you see them here, but it's nice to have them there in this way. So there's day, and that's going to be 150 milligrams of Shakti and lion's mane. That's night, actually. That is the green. And day is 40 milligrams of ape, 530 milligrams of lion's mane, 50 milligrams of niacin. It's nice to have the niacin in the yellow ones, which are the lighter ones, because you might not really feel it working kind of under the hood. And that's where we want it working, under the hood, off the radar. You're having a good day, you're productive, you're plugged in, and you feel great. Maybe you can even eventually substitute your coffee with one of these guys. These are designed so that you can go to work. Now, I can't promise every single person exactly what experience they're going to have, but with, what is it? 150 milligrams of Shakti is the evening one. That one, you're going to feel it a little bit more, and Shakti is a very gentle body type of feeling. At any rate, these we can talk about more, but they're formulated for your success. So you have one for nighttime and you have one for daytime. All right. And we're going to talk about what is microdosing in a different video. Microdose is taking sub-perceptual amounts of different medicines. Who am I? We talked about that. Research and data, special formula we've formulated through research and lots of experience. Let's see, weekly podcast, we talked about that. And intakes are necessary because you're going to become a church member. In order to get access to this, one time only, you will need to have an intake. So we'll have a file, we'll have all of your data. We're going to be tracking how things are going for you and supporting you there because we actually care about your success. I can't personally be there for all of you, but I will be doing intakes at the very least in the beginning because I want to make sure that you guys are on track. We don't just provide pills because it doesn't work that way with plant medicine. With Western medicine, when they write your prescription, you get a chemical that's going to interact with your body in a certain way, and it might not interact to the best possibility. It might be that you have to have side effects in order to get this to fix something chemically. Whereas with plant medicine, you work in tandem with it and you learn how to find the force through breath work, through meditation, through changing your diet potentially, and through lots of different practices that we'll talk about when we do the intake. It's my utmost desire for you to be successful, and I truly believe that these time-honored systems that we have in Native America are going to make you a lot more successful. And in fact, I've spent 20 years researching it, and I can talk about this more during our podcast, but I'm really excited to share this technology with you. I hope that this video has been instructional, but not too long, and I'd love to see you. You can check us out at findingtheforest.com for my more executive-facing material, and you can check us out at churchofthenaturallaw.org for our plant medicine retreats and our clinical training and certification programs.